Upper Egypt, even in Samaria, that there were text, tablets, history recorded. You have Dead Sea Scrolls, you have the Emerald Tablets. There's so many different history tools that you can use to, you know, try to answer some of these tough questions. Like, what happened? What happened to the dinosaurs? How did they go extinct? I mean, if they were big and as strong as, they were said to be, it seems incredible that, all of them could be wiped out. But also, a planet being destroyed, I mean, what type of weapon could be used in such a task? And what kind of war was fought? I mean, what was it even about? I mean, a cosmic war between, species, quite like our own, but then so different from us. And then you hear the stories about UFOs and unidentified flying objects all over the place, all over the world. Europe, Asia, the Americas, North and South, Canada. So all these different places, seem to experience, the presence of, unknown aerial vehicles. Now these vehicles have been seen, entering the ocean as well as exiting the ocean. I always thought that was weird, but it makes sense if you look at it as it for what it is. I mean, there's a lot of ocean on this planet, right? You have the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. But if you look at the world map, you'll see that a large portion of the world is covered by ocean. So I would say if an alien species had the ability to, exist underwater, maybe even have cities or bases up under the ocean, would we even know? I mean, we have submarines, but what exactly could they see when they're so far down? I mean, we use, machines, right? Software, sonar to basically, guide us when we're under the ocean and visibility is zero. But, you have sonar and it picks up, anything that, could be an obstacle or something that could, damage the the nuclear sub. I mean, we're not trying to lose no subs. But at the same time, think about it, people. I mean, so much space in the ocean. And the ocean is basically, I would say, unexplored. It's definitely untamed, but unexplored. We don't know what's down there. I mean, there's stories about continents sinking beneath the ocean. And we don't have no real evidence of this, but it's a part of, like, history, like in records that say that, hey, there was a place called Atlantis. And it was far more advanced than any culture of its time. But what could cause a continent to sink beneath the ocean? I mean, it could be a lot of things. But do a battle come to mind? Is it possible that Atlantis was attacked and sunk on purpose in order to get rid of a species that could be a threat? Now, every day we live under constant threat. The possibility of terrorist attacks, gang violence, even a homeless person can randomly commit a violent act against you, your family, your loved ones. But when I say cosmic war, I'm talking about a war on a level that the solar system would be truly affected for many thousands of years. I know they didn't tell you that. But you have to understand that if you really are going to make a difference and answer some of these tough questions, I guess first you need to, look deep within yourself. Ask yourself, do I want to know the truth? Where can I find the truth? And then once I know the truth, do I share it with everyone else? Because there's some people on this planet that believe that, knowledge is earned and not handed out. Like me, I've studied for many years. I've traveled to different parts of, the country. And definitely California to, get a better understanding of what it is that we're seeing in our day-to-day lives. UFOs are reported all the time. You have, the possibility of life. So I'm not trying to get caught up in, a whole bunch of speculation. I just look at, the evidence and I wonder, if that evidence is actually pointing towards a crazy scenario that says that, there were battles fought, in our solar system as well as on our planet. And that weapons were used that are similar to the weapons we have today. Matter of fact, some of these laundromats are basically, out there. We try to wash the subject. We try to clean it up. Because I'm doing a podcast, right? I'm doing a show. I'm trying to reach people. I'm trying to open eyes, and I'm trying to tell people that, it's possible that, something happened in our past that's actually not recorded in our history books. But I'm trying to wash the subject. I don't need it to be dirty. Oh, violent, murderous war fought in the heavens. No, I'm trying to tell y'all that, that the cosmos was open to us at one time. That the weapons that are wielded by today's human may be ancient weapons. And that technology like stargates and aerial vehicles from the past actually existed. But what does it all mean, though? Does it mean that, we're not alone? Maybe it means that we are lost, or maybe the losers of this war. Now, I always believe, and I still do, that, Earth is not a planet that's conducive to humans. We're here, but I don't think God created us here. And definitely not the rule, because if you really look at it, that we can't really, put information out. We can't tell secrets. We can't, hang out to dry our government, your government, when it comes to like UFO disclosure or our involvement in some type of cover-up. But that's conspiracy talk, right? Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. I can hear it now. But I'm not. I'm just somebody that looks at things and I ask questions and I try to get people to think, or I try to expand on maybe an idea that, I might put out there. Now, I'll talk to people all day at work and I try to find out, what do they think. a cosmic war. And most of them say that it's possible, and there is a lot of evidence. And it's still things like happening around us that, has yet to be explained. But we still move forward in our day-to-day life, trying not to get too sidetracked by what's happening around us. I mean, forget trying to define things. Them days are over. I think today's human just want to, be happy, have an opportunity to do the things that they used to do. But over time, and our people know all too well that, things don't last forever, especially when it comes to information. Information is good, right? But is it timely? We can talk about Atlantis and how it's missing and how it could have possibly been destroyed, but it just doesn't add up when you are actually at the place where the pies are made. You wonder, what are they thinking? How do we get to this point? Or why so big? But that's how I look at, like, the universe and the solar system, and just seeing, like, all of us who I see pretty much every day, and I'm lucky for that. But y'all know that with time comes struggle, and we struggle to just learn because our past is hidden. We don't really have access to, like, all the records that tell us who we are, where we came from. Why do we exist? Now you got to think that, God created you, but why? Definitely not to shoplift. No, I mean, people man, you have missing civilizations. You have cities that nobody can tell you how they were built. You have a history written in ancient tablet form. It just says that, the human history is so much more deeper than we would ever even imagine. But then let's give credit to where credit is due. The Europeans and how they, work hard to understand exactly what's going on around them. You don't want to be surprised when, like, the fighting starts. Now, I know what you're thinking. What fighting? Well, I believe that it was fighting in the past, and some of them same factions still exist today. And that even today, there are secret wars being fought. Now, it's hard to, it's hard to bring it all in. I understand that. That's why, I'm talking slow. We're going to tell, Sunrise here on Dark Skies News and Information. I mean, we were supposed to do the show late last night, but we're doing it early in the morning. It's pretty much the same thing, What's the difference between 3, 4, 5, 6? Everybody's still asleep when you wake up. The podcast will be available for download. And I want to thank everybody who have been downloading these shows and giving great comments and letting us know that, we're not doing this for nothing. Well, we can't get too caught up in what's happening in the world, especially if it's not answering some of these tough questions that we have. Now, the government disclosure of UFOs is well on the way. I believe that we're getting more and more information as time goes by on UFOs.